Bless me, Lord.
Hi friends, today we're going to do another tier ranking video. We're going to be tier ranking couples from books based on if I think that they're still together. So this is going to, epilogues do not exist. Epilogues did not happen. Basically at the end of the main story, how long do I think they would have lasted together? So let me start this screen recording. I can just do a section. No, let me just record the whole thing and then I'll edit it later. So from the top to the bottom, we have in every lifetime, meaning that there is no world, no alternate universe, nothing in which these characters are not together. This is the couples that I love to the point that if you were to ask me my favorite character in a book or series, or more specifically, if you ask me who I'd want to date from a series or a book, I could not say this person because I genuinely cannot think about them with anybody else but this person. Then we have happily ever after, meaning I think that they stayed together forever and lived a very happy life. Then we have I hope they broke up. This is just one where the text hasn't given me reason to think that they broke up, but I hope to God that they did because I hate it. Lasted a few years, it's fine. They were good, but they're not endgame. And the bottom is they broke up within 24 hours of the last page of the book. This did not last and it will not last ever. Okay, so let's start with, this is Levi and B and Levi from Love on the Brain. I loved this book. I thought this book was really, really cute. It had a lot of my favorite enemies to lovers tropes where he does not think that they're enemies at all. He's like, why do you keep saying that I hate you? So, oh gosh. Are they endgame? I think that they're endgame. I think they're, yes. Okay, we're gonna give them a happily ever after. This is Love Hypothesis, another Ali Hazelwood, Adam and Olive. I'm gonna be really impressed if I remember most of these. So, they also live happily ever after. I think that they're so cute for each other. It's unreal. It's unreal how cute they are. Okay, who is this? Oh, this is Bill and Fleur from Harry Potter. I just put them in here because I feel so strongly that they're together. Are they gonna go in every lifetime? They are. I didn't know I felt that strongly about it till this moment. Okay, from Say You Swear, we have Noah and Ariana. Ari? Yes, Ari and Noah. I'm gonna be real embarrassed if that's not right. But this book was so confusing, honestly. The amnesia part really really affects my view of the book. But they're so cute, and the way he handled the relationship. Oh, okay. You know what? Yeah, they're endgame. Unfortunately, I read a lot of good books, so most of these are going to end up there. Okay, this is okay, oh lord. Okay, this is Twisted Love. So this is Alex Volkov and Ava and Alex. Honestly, they'd be together forever because he would actually never let her be with anyone else, and that kind of stresses me out. But I don't hate them together. I don't hate them together. I'm just gonna say they're gonna live happily ever after and move on. Okay, the Inheritance Game. So this is gonna be Jameson and Avery. I hated this combo. I hated this combo. There was no passion there. You can't put a Grayson type in and then not have her end up with Grayson. I actually that almost ruined the entire series for me. This choice for the relationship. Next we have Bo and Bailey from Something Less. Hopeless. They, oh my gosh. I love them. All right, I'm going to put them in every lifetime as well. I just think that this couple is so cute. So cute, so beautiful. Everything, every conflict that they had, they worked through. There's not much I didn't like about this couple. It happened one summer. They're going to end up happily ever after. I think they're great together. They're not in every lifetime, but I think that they're great. Heartless. I'm going to be kind of surprised if Chestnut Springs don't all end up in there. So that's Cade and Willa, the single dad one. Oh my gosh. And what's interesting is like when I read the book, like I probably would have put them in happily ever after, but like reading them and all the other books that came after, I was like, this is the perfect pairing. They are perfect. All right, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm just going to say it. Nesta and Cassian. I hope they broke up. I hate this pairing. I hate Nesta. Cassian is far too good for her. I went in and I was asking my sister, who was ahead of me in the reading, I was like, I see that Nesta and Cassian are this next book. I hate her. How am I going to get through this? And my sister said, like, you kind of get it later, but no, I don't. It, like, the stuff that they give her to, like, make her, like, make it make sense that she's so bitchy. Feyre went through the same stuff, if not worse. And she doesn't treat people like this. Like, she had, like, a little bit of a bad time at the beginning of Mist and Fury, but she got through it. And even then, she wasn't, like, a total... Nesta is the worst. I honestly, when I say ACOTAR is my favorite series, I mean the Feyre trilogy, the first 3 books. They need to break up. I actively ship myself with Cassian because this does not work. He deserves better than this. She deserves nothing. Okay. Well, they really decided to cut these off. This is Elsie and Jack. I loved this pairing. They're going to go in every lifetime. I adore them together. I just love the whole, like, exploration of her putting on different faces with different people and him, like, trying to dig through that and understand. They're both very well developed. The enemies to lovers in this was, like, very interesting. Like, who do you trust? Like, I love this book. And I love, like, their original meeting with the fake dating and all that. Very clever. I liked it. November 9th by Colleen Hoover. So this is Ben and... I always want to say Sloane, but it's not. Fallon. Ben and Fallon. I think that they lasted a few years. I think... oh my gosh. This... when I was, like, younger, I thought this book was so romantic. And I think that it's going to be the same for them. Like, right after this book, they think that they're so romantic and in it. And then I think later on, if they ever go to therapy, they're going to be like, oh, I'm not sure about this. It's sketchy. It's sketchy. Did I cry during the book? Yes. Did I rate it 5 stars? Yes. Do I think that their endgame? No, I do not. I think that their Tangled Past is going to be too much. Then we have the book couple. Rhysand and Feyre. They're together in every single lifetime. Nobody would ever get in their way. They don't even date other people in other lifetimes. They're perfect. They're actually perfect. I have Rhysand's words to Feyre tattooed on my body. I love them. Moving on. Okay, this is January and Gus from Book Lovers. It's really cute fan art of it. They're together in every lifetime. I feel like to be able to get together during such a tumultuous time in each of their lives, they have to be, like, meant for each other, if that makes sense. Like, it's easy to fall in love when you're having a grand old time, if you know what I mean. But, like, them being able to, like, find each other again and work through that stuff was just perfect. Hook, Line, and Sinker. I think they lasted a few years. I think it's not that it's not love. I'm sure they love each other. It's just not, like, everlasting love, I guess. This is Declan and Iris from The Fine Print in the Billionaire Dreamland series. See, I feel like I can't put in every lifetime because I feel like if the events of the beginning of the book hadn't happened, I don't think they ever would have gotten together, honestly. So I'm going to put them in Happily Ever After. Then we have Ginny and Harry. Specifically, Ginny and Book Harry. They live happily ever after. They're not in every lifetime because I could also see him, like, I think I ship him with Hermione more. Not more than I ship Hermione, but the Ginny and Harry thing almost feels like a matter of convenience rather than love. I think she's amazing in the books. I think he's awesome. I just think it was a matter of convenience and war times. But I do think that they stay together. This is from Divine Rivals. So this is Roman and another Iris, actually. This is Iris and Roman from Divine Rivals. This book was so hard for me to, like, rate and, like, understand. And again, this is, like, the sequel's coming out next month. So just, like, from what I know, I think they're going to live happily ever after. I think similar to Iris and Declan, if the events of the book hadn't happened exactly the way they did, I don't think that they would have found each other, but I think that they're very happy together. Powerless. Oh, okay. This is hard. This is hard. Jasper and Sloane from Powerless. I did not love this couple. Well, like, I love them, but it just didn't feel like, so many of her couples are so organic to me. And like, they'll always find each other, but this one was just like, I'm going to put them in happily ever after, because I do think that they stay together forever. Whoa, where'd it go? Anyways, I do think that they stay together forever.
Forever, 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 ever, forever, ever.
But I do think that, again, the exact events would have had to happen the exact way that they did. I also think they're both a little bit too cowardly in any other circumstance to make this happen. Who are these people? Jeremy and Lowen. Oh, this is Verity. I'm going to immediately put them in I hope that they broke up. Honestly, at the end of like the original Verity book, I was on the fence quite a bit about this pairing. Like, it's all sketchy, but at the same time, Verity made me so mad that I didn't blame Jeremy for his actions at the end. I honestly didn't. But then, like, letter manuscript and, like, okay, basically, the special edition had an extra epilogue, and that made me full anti-Jeremy. He's a psychopath. And I mean, she might be a little bit too, but she's at least sane enough to, like, and I don't think he would ever let her leave, is the problem. Twisted Hate. They broke up within 24 hours. I hated this pairing. I hated this pairing. They didn't seem to genuinely like anything about each other. And it was so confusing. And I've said this a billion times. Actually, I think I probably only said it once on this channel, but I've commented on multiple videos about these books that there's, like, dubious consent in one of their scenes where she, like, apologizes for doing something that, in my opinion, she handled perfectly. Honestly, she handled it as well as she could. She was in a tough situation. She's apologizing, he's mad, but he's like, I forgive you, and then they ... But right before he dives in, he's like, remember when I said I forgive you? I lied. And then he's really rough. Yeah, I don't like that. This is from the fine print. This is Callum and Lana. This couple is so sweet. And I do think that they're endgame. It's really hard for me to not say endgame when there's a child involved, because I feel like if the parent is good, then all of this wouldn't have happened if it wasn't endgame, you know? But I do think he, like, really fought for her. I think, like, his support of her and her, like, adopted momhood and his support of her with her family problems is just amazing. And I think he's a great character, and being able to see this side of him was exciting. Things we never got over immediately in every lifetime. So this is... oh my gosh. Oh, this is Knox and Naomi. I love this book. I love this pairing. They're still my favorite pairing in this entire series. I love them. I think that they're perfect for each other. A similar situation to Gus and January, where, like, Naomi at least was going through some stuff. Really, really going through some stuff. And Knox was going through some stuff, but not as, like, urgently, I guess you could say. Like, they were enduring problems that ended up manifesting during the story. It's a little... listen, they're a little bit immature, especially him, when he, like, overreacts and, like, breaks up with her. But honestly, when a breakup like that in a book actually makes my heart hurt, I feel like the couple is gonna end up together. You know, and the way that he treats her in the following books, oh my gosh. He'll, like, do anything for her and her niece. I think she ends up adopting the niece, and I don't remember the niece's name, but this is... let's see. Oh, this is Christian and Stella from Twisted something or another. Okay, anyway, this one is so hard. all of the ones from this series are hard except for one. But this one, honestly, I think that they live happily ever after. He did some scary things, but honestly, it's a dark romance, so. And I kind of love a man who would do that to somebody for touching her inappropriately. I kind of fuck with that, so they're gonna go there. Do not judge me. Oh, wow. Miles looks hot. This is Miles and Tate and Miles. I think that they lasted a few years. I think that it's all very strange, and I think that the way that they got together, I think it's a perfect, wait a second. Who is this? Okay, this isn't who I thought it was. This is Lily and Atlas. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me finish talking about Miles and Tate. I think they're a perfect example of they were who each other needed at that specific moment. I think she is going to help him get past like the Rachel thing, but I do think the Rachel thing makes him he needs to go through more therapy. Like if he spent that long without being able to be with another woman and still like couldn't be with Tate like fully, I think his next relationship is just not going to be endgame. Maybe they break up and they find each other later in life and they've both been to therapy and they're both mature and then they get together. But this specific relationship does not last. So this is Lily and Atlas from It Ends With Us and It Starts With Us. I'm going to put them in Happily Ever After. Right? Right, because I don't think they find each other in every universe because they barely did in this one. Things We Hide from the Light, that is Nash and Lena. I really, really liked this couple. I'm going to put them in Happily Ever After. I think that they're endgame for each other. Again, especially the way that they treat each other in the book after. You can just tell. And I think that it's like kind of a thing for me when like they work through probably the biggest fight they could ever have in the book, that I'm like, they can get through anything. And honestly, the stuff that they went through in this book was so well written because I could see both sides of it at every single point, and just like seeing that like their love for each other truly, genuinely, like made them get through it. A+. This is Ravi and Pip from A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. This one's hard. I'm between Lasted a Few Years and Happily Ever After. I'm gonna go Happily Ever After, more for Ravi. Like Ravi's going to make it a Happily Ever After. I cannot put them in every lifetime because the ending of the last book. I simply can't. I think that the decision that like basically she made was ridiculous and could have ruined everything. And for that reason, I want to put in Lasted a Few Years, but they also, the bonding that they did, the trauma bonding, pretty crazy. All right, this down here is Book Lovers. So this is Charlie and Nora. I'm going to give them a solid, I love them so much. Okay. Man. Okay. I'm going to put them in every lifetime. I adore them. Book Lovers and Beach Read are my favorites of hers. This couple, I think, oh my gosh, I love them. I love the rivalry. I love rivals to lovers because like the respect that they have for each other and their careers is very good. I think, I loved it, honestly. I think that like, especially at the end, when he like went and found her again, I was like, this is everything to me. They're perfect. People who meet on vacation, they broke up within 24 hours. If you can't communicate for how many years was it? 3 to 5 years? Because you kissed? You're not getting through your first fight. I'm sorry. You barely got it through your first fight after that in the book. I'm not with that. All right. In my almost every video unpopular opinion, All Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover. I feel like I don't know enough about them to know if they're in every lifetime or Happily Ever After, actually. I do know that they are endgame. And I think this book is a beautiful illustration of the problems with chronic illness and fertility issues in a marriage. You know what? In every lifetime. Thinking back to like the original story of them falling in love and how they worked through this, in every lifetime. Even the way that they met was like so uncanny that it's very much giving like every universe will put them together. And I love them. Keeping Strong, Flawless, Rhett and Summer are my favorite couple from that series, and they will find each other in every lifetime. Their story, oh my gosh, their story honestly means everything to me. They're my favorite. I've ranted about it too much. We're gonna move on. Okay, so this is Reese and Bridget from Twisted Games. They find each other in every lifetime. I don't know what it was, like this whole series, the whole Twisted series, I was kind of like about every single couple except for this one. This one is perfect. Perfect. And a lot of times when you get one where it's like forbidden love, it's kind of like, all right, now come on. But this one was like, there are real life risks going with this, and like the high stakes behind it, very good. Also, oopsie. Let's just look at this fan art of them. I can't zoom in anymore, but oh, perfect babies. Okay. Ron and Hermione, they last a few years. I am anti-Ron. I think that he's always jealous of Hermione. I think that he's insecure. I think that he's jealous. I think that he has proved throughout the entire series that he's not good enough for her. I think she should have ended up with Draco. I think it was set up perfectly for Romeo and Juliet situation. Honestly, I could see her more with George or Charlie. Oh, Charlie's hot. I could see her with a Weasley, just not Ron. Ron's the worst. Well, is Ron worse than Percy? The Carlin brothers have a theory that Percy was under the Imperius Curse, so assuming that, yes, Ron's the worst. Okay, second opinion. Who's the worst Weasley?
The worst Weasley? What's his name? The one that's really annoying and works for the Ministry?
Percy. Okay. Now, if the Carlin brothers' theory is right and he was under the Imperius Curse ever since he graduated, who's the worst Weasley?
Ron.
Okay, cool. Things we left behind. I think they lasted a few years almost out of like, they have to because of the friend group, but I hated this couple. It just felt like they don't like each other. And even like when they like got together, I was like, they still don't like each other. They're just passionate about each other. Okay, I need to hurry up. Twisted Lies, Christian and Stella put them in Happily Ever After again. This is Maze Runner, Thomas and Teresa. I think they lasted a few years. I read most of the series. I read all of it except for like the sequel or whatever. But yeah, they the biggest fan of them. Reckless, I think they live happily ever after. Theo and Winter. Xaden and Violet, I'm on the fence about lately because of the newest book. But I'm going to say in every lifetime still. Oops. All right, a couple more. We've got Zara and Rowan. I'm going to put them here. I'm so sorry. I do not like the catfishing situation, but I do think that they end up together probably, but I wish they wouldn't. You again. These people find each other in every lifetime. This is assistant to the villain, so this is Elsie and the villain. I know they only, in the book, the series so far, they've only shared one kiss, and it was like, kind of like a lie, like, I don't want to say under false pretenses, because that sounds kind of mean, but it was to get out of a situation, but he felt it, he meant it, and at the end, she's like, I'm going to do anything to get him back. I was like, their banter is amazing. I think that, and the thing is, like, this is what this book does great, because there's, like, no smut. It's not, like, because you can't get very far in this relationship with the plot, but just, like, them talking about each other in their POVs, like, they genuinely love specific things about the other person, rather than it being convenient or passion, like some of the other ones I've talked about. They're perfect together, and they find each other in every lifetime. That's also a very common thing for, like, fantasy books, so not that hard to imagine. Holy fucking shite. So those are my tier rankings for couples based on if I think they stayed together and how long they stayed together after the book ended. And I'll see you for the next video.